Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song by America called Horse with No Name. And we're going to start on an E minor chord, and the way you play E minor, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, and second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor, we're going to be going to kind of a D major slash F sharp, or D major 13 slash F sharp, which is really easy. So we're going to put the first finger on the A string on the low E string on the second fret, and second finger is going to go to the D or G string on the second fret. So I got first finger on the low E, second finger on the G string, both on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds something called D major 13 slash F sharp, which means you're playing a D major chord and you've got an F sharp in the bass. And what you're really kind of playing at the chords, you're playing the third and the fifth and the root and the fifth, and then something called the sixth, which is chord 13, and then the 9 of the chord, which is the E note, kind of open. So it's kind of working around this E and B kind of open drone. And that's basically our chord progression through the song. It's kind of E minor, D, E minor, D. Now, one of my favorite strum patterns for a song like this, though, is down, down, up, up, down. We'll talk about another one in just a moment. But if we took the E minor and just tried that a lot, we'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So if we tried that through our chord progression, we have E minor with a down, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, up, down, minor, down, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, up, down, minor, down, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, up, minor, down, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, down, up. And the recording, though, the strum pattern, it kind of sounds like you start on E minor and do kind of a down, down, up, down, down, up. And then we make that change for the D for down, up, down. so we may want to kind of isolate that on the E minor. You could even just do a lot of down, down ups, just to kind of get used to that feel. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Or you might want to take the D chord and kind of work a lot of down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And we kind of put those together. We got E minor with the down, down, up, down, down, D, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, down, D, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, D, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, D, down, up, down, up. Well, a lot of times with a song like this, though, to make it even more interesting, if I was playing it out loud, I'll add bass notes to it. And on the E minor, if you could kind of take, going back to down, down, up, down, you can kind of throw in the low E string for your bass on that chord for your down, up, down. So you turn it into a bass. Down, up, down, E minor, low E bass, down, up, down. And then on the D chord, you have that same bass note, or the same bass note string. You're actually playing F sharp for kind of that D slash F sharp. So we try that through with our down, down, up, down, up. You have E minor with the down, bass, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, low E bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, D with low E bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, D slash F sharp with low E bass, down, up. Or if we try it with our other pattern, you could kind of turn the first part into kind of a bass, down, up, down, down, up. And then we can turn the D slash F sharp part into kind of a bass, up, down. So we tried it that way. You'd have E minor. You can even make it kind of a bass, down, up, bass, down, up. Actually, that feels better to me. It's kind of bass, down, up, bass, down, up. And then the D slash F sharp with a bass, up, down, E minor, bass, down, up, bass, down, D slash F sharp, bass, up, down, E minor, bass, down, up, bass, down, D slash F, bass, up, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, up, down, up. So we're going to kind of work that a lot. Now, there are some other places where you could play those particular chords, though, on the guitar. Actually, if you're kind of digging on the original recording voicing, cool. If you want to kind of mix it up a little bit, on the E minor, one can be very cool, and actually you'll hear this in the recording in a couple places, is if you take your third finger and go to the high E string on the second fret, that sounds like E minor 9 chord. So you want to think about kind of adding in E minor 9. Or if you take your pinky and go to the high E on the third fret, that sounds a G note with the E minor, so it's still an E minor chord, but that might be another option. taking the pinky and going to the B string 3rd fret with the E minor chord, it sounds like E minor 7, which you might kind of dig on that. And if you kind of went and took 3rd finger and put it the B string on the 2nd fret, that's something called E minor 6. So while you're on the E minor, it might be kind of cool to play around with those voices or adding and subtracting kind of those notes on the guitar. And another voicing you may want to think about is kind of taking the 3rd finger and going to the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. And that's called E minor 7. That's another way to play E minor 7. So you may want to think about that. Now for the D chord, you could just play a regular D chord or D major chord on the guitar. And the way you play D, 1st finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret. The 2nd finger goes to the high E string on the 2nd fret. 3rd finger goes to the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you kind of strum just the D, G, B, and E, then that sounds a D major chord. So you could kind of use just a regular old D chord for instead of the D slash or D major 13 slash F sharp. Now because of that F sharp note though, you may want to play something called D slash F sharp. Now there's a couple ways to play this. A couple of them are a pain in the butt. But you can take the 1st finger and go low E string on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, and the pinky goes to the B string on the 3rd fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a D slash F sharp. Another way to play D slash F sharp is to kind of take your D major chord and put your thumb over the low E string on the 2nd fret. Another thing you may want to think about is something called D sus slash F sharp, which is where you put the 1st finger on the low E string on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the B string on the 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string on the 3rd. That's called D sus slash F sharp. Or a lot of times when I've got a D chord going on myself, a lot of times I'll play around with a D sus, or D suspended minus the F sharp, of course. But you put 1st finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string on the 3rd. That's called a D suspended. And another suspended chord would be a D sus 2, where you kind of lift off the pinky and just have just the 1st and the 3rd finger down. So a lot of times while I'm on a D chord, a lot of times when I'm playing solo, I'll kind of make up licks around those particular chords. So maybe I would kind of throw in that kind of idea too. So while you're on the E minor, and while you're on the D, you can even switch the voices around. And kind of get some cool little voicing stuff going on. You can even do that with your basses too. Kind of play around with that, so you can actually. So that can be kind of cool to kind of play around with those different voicings, and then we're basically repeating that through the entire song. There's some really cool solo licks actually that turn up later on in the song, where you could play open E twice, and then 3rd fret on the B string, and then open E and kind of do a hammer on the 2nd fret on the high E string, and then we play 2 again, and then we play 2nd fret and kind of slide it to the 5th fret, and then play 5th again. And then we go back to 2nd fret on the high E string, and then we play 2nd fret and kind of slide to 3rd fret, and another 3rd fret note, and then open E, and then 2 on the high E, 3 on the high E, 2 on the high E, 3 on the high E, 3 on the high E again, then we play 3 and do a slide to 5, and then we do a 5 slide to 7, and then we do a 7 slide to 9, and then we come back 7, 5, 7, so it's all on the high E string, or at least except for that D note we're playing on the B string. So you got 0, 0, 3, 0, 2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 2, 2, 3, 3, 0, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 9, 9, 7, 5, 7. There's actually something called a Dorian scale in E Dorian, which is cool. I mean, it's related to D major if you know D major stuff, or E minor pentatonic stuff works over this too, actually, if you're looking for other ways to kind of solo. But then right after that lick, we go all the way to 12th fret on the high E string, and there's almost like a little tremolo thing where you do a lot of down ups on the 12th fret on the high E. And then it sounds like some guitar parts split after that. And one guitar almost sounds like it stays on that 12th fret on the high E, while another guitar kind of goes to the high E on the 10, 9 on the high E, 12 on the B, 10 on the B, 12 on the B, 10 on the B, 8 on the B, 10 on the B, 8 on the B, 7 on the B, 9 on the G, 7 on the G, and then going back to 9th fret on the G string to kind of start that tremolo again. So you have this little separation where you're going 10, 9, 12, 10, 12, 10, 8, 10, 8, 7, 9, 7, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and the 2 guitar parts. want to kind of play around with that. And for myself, actually, a lot of times with a song like this, though, if I'm playing solos over the top, I'll kind of make up my own solos because that can be a lot of fun. And I have a really cool video on kind of talking with the guitar with something I call the pentatonic map, which kind of covers G's and A's and B's and D's and E's on the guitar in kind of a cool, interesting pattern where you can kind of work a lot of lead licks over the top. And this would be a great tune to actually kind of jam with going over that lesson too. But that's the basics of how you could strum through Horse with No Name by America. So good luck!